All right, hello. It is Ant-Man 1793 here, and I have Bree. You can introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm free. Best introduction ever. My mic quality might be trash as always, and there are fireworks for Memorial Day going on in the background. Please excuse me.
But since it is a small crowd today, we have just decided that we are just going to do a quick reviewing of all of the junior drafts, and you guys can take our feedback and you can either hate us or love us, but we are just the peanut gallery here, so no hate.
No hate, no hate, no shade, no shade. A little bit.
Just maybe a little bit, but we're not here to hate. So, with that, first up, other than Twisted Games, Ebo, the Chicago Boltons, I will let Free take off the first one.
You said Kibo? I thought this was twisted. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Uh, bro. That said Coco and all the speed. Now you automatically assume that people will have the booster mines with Coco, but like I said, two booster mines, zero aura, sticky webs. It's everything, bro. All the priority in the world. Not worried about any kind of speed control. This team, I like that you got rapid spinners for your terrain. That's good. I know it's kind of bad if you only had Coco and then defog your terrain away, but you got some good spinners. Bulky. I don't know if you want. If I look at your bulk, it's like your Mega, Incineroar, maybe Serena, and then Orbeetle. Uh, uh, I'm not a. Okay, it'll work. I'm not a fan. It'll work. And your physical attackers are not really breakers. You got Golisopod, I guess. I know Incineroar and Serena like to be built with some bulk on them. You can build them offensive, I know. And
Yeah,
then let's see.
I,
Go
I,
ahead.
I definitely don't hate the draft. It's like one of those. It's one of those other drafts here in the group of the juniors that is fast and it has kind of everything else in all the right places. It doesn't look so awful. There's but the real
Everything
biggest
but bounce.
the real biggest thing is like the fast speed presence. Like no one's slow. Only Galissapod's slow, but even that he has
You got
amazing
ability
stats to make up for it.
and priority. It's like the slow mines have priority, the fast mines just have speed. He's got Golisopod for spikes, and then he got webs, but he's got no rocker that's gonna be rocking out here. So I guess he's just gonna take the pivot chip or do the pivot chip thing.
Ours?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, he
No
just got
stealth
spikes.
rocks? Alright, that is kind of big and that's kind of something.
He is kind of weak to rocks though, but he's got two spinners, so I don't know.
He covered
I
up
don't know.
the removers, but I feel like it's also something to at least have the option for stealth rocks because now people have more choice with items because they don't need to run heavy duty boots. Like it's a spike. I'll just take a
I
spike.
feel like yeah, I feel like Golisopod wants to attack anyway, right? Because if you do that on a team like this, that's not really liking rocks. I think he just wants to hit as much as he can, and then you don't even need webs. I don't know why you got or man. I guess you like trick room or reverse the trick room. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, overall, as you say, it's like maybe there's not necessarily the biggest wall breaker, but there is a lot of physical presence that can just volt turn, U turn, keep on chipping away until the pivotal move in comes in for like the final strike.
Oh yeah, you got hella pivoting.
Pivoting for days on this team.
Return, partner shot, you turn, votes with, return, take everything, bro. Everything but rocks. I think it's another game. I don't know. Sometimes I don't even care about rocks, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Just hit.
You're right. I don't think rocks is that important, but it also opens up the item variability. Like if I'm gonna play him, then I'm now not scared. Like to like
Yeah.
no one's gonna rock me, so I'm fine. All right. Okay. I think that's enough. I think that's enough for Twisted. So we can move on to the $5 footlongs. Pokemon dude. So I'll start off with this one that I'm freaking still pissed and salty that he sniped Tapu Lele from me round one. But hey, you know what? It will be a battle of the psychic terrains if we ever meet. And I am very. I'm still scared. Like Mega Beedrill, um, Armorage, that's the Terra, and fucking Annihilate. Annihilate always makes his way into like the strong ass drafts and making his freaking presence as just a annoying ass wall to break through as he gets so fucking tough with Rage Fist. It's like not never a good combo.
Yeah, bro. Well, we helped them build this
We did.
for the. I didn't think it was gonna snipe your Lele. That's funny. That's still funny to me. He did it right away too.
Yeah,
That's
right away on round one.
let me see here. I mean, like, right away he bro went in on. I can't even say it because the offense and defense is kind of balanced. It is a little bit more. Is it more special attack? Let me see. Thundy, Lele, Armor Rouge, Inteleon, and then Boudreaux, Meow. I don't know, bro. It's kind of good. It's kind of balanced. He got speed tears. I like the speed tears. They just probably gonna shit on everybody.
It's like he can use Quark Drive for attack if he wants to, Annihilate with Rage Fist, Alolan Golem with Galvanize, and Mega Beedrill with Adaptability. He doesn't have necessarily quote unquote the hardest hitters stats wise, but moves and abilities very much intertwine into being a really big threat if the matchup gives him the availability to do that.
He got plenty of removal from Mega Beedrill too. That's something Mega Beedrill really needs. I thought he wanted or I didn't know if he wanted. He looked at Mega Aerodactyl, but I like this one though. I don't know why you're scared of it. You're still faster. I'm talking about
No,
the poison type.
I know that Mega Alakazam's faster, but I'm saying that like this the team itself has like the variability to either being like the hard hitters if it needs to be or
Yeah,
faster if it needs to be with Quark Drive.
yeah.
Because Quark Drive outspeeds me. Um, that's not an issue.
Good thing Junior's got grounds this time, bro. That Alolan Golem explosion ain't no. That's crazy.
Yeah, and like yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
With the galvanize,
Give, admittedly, you are giving up a mind to do that, but I think we calculate like Giratina max HP with like a banded Alolan Golem taking like 70.
something like that. Something like
Mhm.
that.
Um, special defense in this team is kind of lackluster, but you always got a AV. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
you
it's
got
pretty
that
good.
world's favorite item, the assault vest. You know, that's never it's never too afraid to slap down a couple mons in a game.
Not too weak to a type, not really rock weak, and you still got removal. You got plenty of hazards. I think it's good. Plenty of pivoting. What do you think about that Terra Armor Rouge though? He said he's gonna hype up the expanding force, strongest expanding force user.
In a
You think?
sense, it's not the fastest with 75 speed. So 75 speed is still
Oh,
not outspeeding. Yeah, no, you're not outspeeding much. But with, let's, as you say, Terra Psychic over, so you got the double Terra, like Psychic boost in a Psychic terrain with expanding for, like, that shit probably hits so hard.
well, I guess we can move on. I think it's a good draft. So.
But yeah, I think it's a good draft too. No denying that one. All right. Another one that you actually helped draft the most. So you could probably just walk through the process, the mind process there.
Guillotine's draft. Well, she actually wanted Coco. It got immediately taken. So she just gave me a list of literally mostly all of her favorite mons, and Starmie and Cinderace. I don't think were on there. That we just glued it at the end for like some removal. But everything else was just on that list, and I try to pick and choose stuff to go together. And she loved the Chi and Paul, so we went around Chi and Paul. I think we got some good speed. It's real annoying looking. I'll tell you that. I think the top three of her draft. I was telling y'all too that most of the top like four tiers are what people are going to choose from in the beginning. Like even if they go top heavy, and everything up there can be dealt with by fairy fighting. What was it? Fairy fighting ice and water. I think it was. And at the same time, you don't always have to, but I think that most people will bring their dark ground fairy and whatever is off the ground most of the time to every battle. So if your top three, or like if you got mons that consolidate those, and she's got the speed and she got the defense, like I think those top three can just be good by themselves, and then you can just really have the freedom to choose anything on here. And she got the mascot. I think Terra Galade's pretty good. I think it's solid. Plenty of removal. List score is a good hazard setter. No burns on Chi and Pao. I think it's good.
Beautiful. Hands down, I'd say one of the more scarier drafts. Just because, as you said, Tapu Fini, Gliscor, and Shen Pao is just kind of a deadly threat. It feels like a deadly threat.
Benny, my baby. I need more of her, Aunt.
Yes. All right.
What weaknesses do you see?
What weaknesses do I see on her draft?
Yeah.
Uh, just like I can't, like, as you say, it's like I can't necessarily say the top is all that very weak because you have Finny in the back support that's gonna shut down any fairy that's gonna threaten Shen Pao or Mega Sceptile. So I don't really know what. There's not many glaring weaknesses on the top of this draft.
I don't know. Fanny's gonna be the one shutting those down. Maybe Bronzong or Cinderace.
Well,
Yeah,
if
he does have a Terra Galway. That's gonna be funny with Carter.
Finny will have the encore support for the slower ones, Bronzong will maybe just have more of the immediate like firepower of like Gyro Ball or something like that.
Fairies ain't really that Okay, they can be built bulky. We know how they're built, but like they ain't really that sturdy, bro. I was calculating Pyro Ball versus most of them. But
Okay.
yeah,
All right. All right. Up next is my draft.
he loves the draft.
I do. I for once I fucking love my draft in a season. Um,
What's the
just have
mascot?
yeah. It's for once I actually have Nido King. Because past people want and snipe the king from me, but no one in juniors respect the king and the king and the queen. So I'm gonna have to prove them wrong and show some dominance here with some out of pocket sets that just will show
Yeah,
the they'll show the dominance again. Uh, but I do really love Mega Alakazam. I just love the Pokemon in general, and because I was sniped with Lele, I have to make do with Indeedee for a terrain setter. Uh, I also wanted to, for some reason, it just kind of came to me of like using Ninetales Alola as a screen support for the Veils to have either Alakazam or Urshifu get an extra turn to boost up or anything else. And it just shuts down anyone else from having a snow draft that's absolutely a pain in my ass to deal with. But
true.
I do boost up ice types in the same attempt. And Delmise and Escavalier are honestly awesome. I'm already like fucking loving seeing the calcs for shit and the Terra options for both of them. Specifically, Steelworker on Delmise is a really cool boost. Um,
True.
so the whole team has like very niche options that I am gonna probably love exploring throughout the seasons when the matchups arise. And yeah, that basically, and yeah, that basically wraps it up.
Okay, so I also like your draft, but there are some things that I can point out. First, your speed tiers are good, but they're kind of like funky. I don't know how to put it. So like, if we take out Noivern, say you don't need Noivern, what do you need? Noivern is good. I'm trying to.
No, yeah, I
Is it
was
a mod
just
that I bring every time or most of the time? Maybe. Noivern ain't no slouch. I'll say that, but it's still it's like 109, 123, 150. Those are good, but I feel like it was if you had something else up there with them, that would have looked a little bit scarier. And then, but I know you got Scarface and stuff. Um, then you have only Delmise and Noivern for removal. If Delmise is going to be offensive Terra, I guess you can still rapid spin. I don't know how fast that's going to get because you won't be shadow sneaking too much if you bring Indeedee. Let's see here. You don't. You also just don't need Indeedee unless you see a team that's like what you call it, priority spam. But
sucker puncher. Yeah, the likes.
yeah, like even you got some. If you look at your team, you've got some sucker punchers, but some of those don't even run it. Like oh, never mind. You just got Needle King and Hershey. Well, Hershey definitely runs it, but I don't know if I've ever seen a sucker punch Needle King. But some teams you might not even have to worry about it. But if you do, you got it. You got Needle King and Arcanine for rocks. Needle King you can usually fit on a hazard. Arcanine too. Let's see. I mean, you have it. You have the removal. I don't know if you're gonna want to use it on them.
I mean, I could slap my
And
favorite item on Delmise, the AV, still get rapid spin, and I'm solid. Like, don't need more else. Don't need much else.
Well, it's not like you're really weak to him. I don't think like Ninetales or something hurts by putting boots on. I like a Scavalier too. I
Es-
think they are sleeping on it.
Escavalier is definitely a perfect revenge killer if I can like if it just works.
It tanks and hits hard. Pretty good. Vaporeon is that glue mine. You just keep healing them up too. I do like the combo of Megazam and Urshifu, breaking both sides, covering for each other. It's good, bro. I like this draft. Let's see who else you got next.
Up next, we have Ionite. I'm pretty sure I was been told that he is gonna stick with this for a few weeks. He is not gonna change, so we can just give it yeah a review. It's not like he's gonna change it and then it's gonna be different or whatever. It's chilling.
Who's starting off, you or me?
I will start off with the obvious. I mean, the speed tiers are quite uh
Hey,
yeah, it's like you have Deoxys speed and you know how to use him and you used him very well last season. I will tip my hat to that. But just grabbing Deoxys speed and Mega Charizard X, I mean, that was questionable. There was no more other speed tiers or whatever it was, but and then it seemed that you didn't really double up on a lot of speed under that, and it just went. But you didn't need to grab all of these slow speeds as well. I helped a little bit making the draft, but I only like helped with like the last few picks, so I wasn't really there with making like the bulk of the draft. So I am unsure on the thought process, but definitely for the attack, the physical presence is there. I don't know how I necessarily feel about the special side. There is the special attackers definitely present. I just don't know how much I consider all of them actually special breakers in the sense.
hmm. Well, to add on to that, special attackers. I know Charizard, Mega Charizard's got. He want to run him physical though, but he's got it. Same with Giratina and Glamora can. It's not Dex. So actually, no. What did Glamora have before? Nothing got taken away. I mean, you just run fucking rock polish stuff. You don't have to make it a sacrificial lamb every time. He's got more than one type of hazard setter over there. And then there's of course Primarina. But bro, this team was so top heavy. Oh my god, it's like who's the Terra Captain again? Earthworm. Okay, Earthworm is okay, but Ampharos. I don't think if he brings Ampharos, all right, you got me, bro. I don't think he is, but it's not like that matters too much. A lot of people aren't going to bring one of their lower point mons. He's got Skull again. I think he had that before. I'm not sure, but he just I think with like the especially with Deoxys and um Giratina, those were two every season that Ionite did real good in. He's picked up his MVP again. I think that's that's funny, but fuck you, bro. I rock with it. I think he just wanted a breaker with Megazord. Yeah, the speed is kind of crazy, but I mean, he got auto removal. He got all the spikers. He got three knockers. Every type of momentum move. Little bit of Okay, I'm not counting that priority. Nope.
Priority is almost non-existent, but there's something there. Something is there, but it's pretty not present.
Not really strong on the ghost resist side. I'll say that, but I don't know. I can never gauge what type of thing he wants to do. I think he likes to cook up with sets. Some of them I really question, but it ends up working out. So
Yeah, some of them turn out very questionable, but I can't say that they all fail because he didn't do that bad last season. So hopefully he turns, he picks it up again and he shows us something new.
trying to think of what I can dive into this though, like what his plan is. Like you leave Lamora or Deoxys most of the time, I guess. I know Orthe and Lamora go together. Earthworm with the ground immunity. I guess you can go like Terra Electric. Yeah, you didn't even need that, bro. You could just Terra Electric your Earthworm and have no weakness.
Oh, wow. You're right.
Um, I guess he just wanted to be bulky and hit hard. I'm not sure.
You
He
just
might not
probably
need
gave him the
to.
best idea ever doing Terra Electric Orthworm.
Man, a lot of the 2 pointer, like if people wanted to pair like their 7 and 8 Terra captains with 3 and 2 pointers. I think the best value down there were the ones with abilities that give you an immunity. Sap Sipper, Water Absorb, and all of that, so you can tear into something that's weak to that and then still be immune to it. I think those are the best value down there, or like a Weber or something like that. But yeah, pretty interesting team.
I definitely, I see the utility there.
Little if any fairy can handle Glamour, you're a little fairy weak, but that's about it.
Moving on to the Tampa Bay Lightning Rods. It is the Dragapult team. And I think to your point, as you said, I think I am starting to see the pattern with the low point Terramons that have just like that. This well, Colossal doesn't have the immunity, but if you make him Terra Grass, then yeah, he can
Flashfire.
become what?
Flashfire.
Yeah, Flash. Oh yeah, that's too Flash Fire. He can become a freaking menace. Hariyama, I just feel like will just hit hard if you just want to even give him like Terra fighting on top of his own typing or Terra Steel with his move pool because he does have a pretty wide move pool.
That boy thick.
That boy is freaking thick because the yeah you can go steel types and not still be worried about fire attacks. And then Mudsdale and Galvantula kind of even still like wraps this draft up. Like you don't have like that low of a point mon, and you don't really have a mon that is considerably like useless because even your 4 point skunk tank, like if you're that scared for toxic spikes, he brings a value because he just removes the spikes. Like everyone has something to the table. It's not like it's very even. It's very like I just love it. It's very yeah, just all well put out.
I think that Pult and Grin and Galarian Darmanitan are all well Mega Guard. He got some threats on there. I think that mainly though, Pult and Grin are gonna have to scare some stuff out because if you just click Earthquake versus this team, there's not much that he can do besides try to Terra. You literally have no Earthquake switching.
Oh yeah, you have zero earthquake switching.
Not looking too good on the flying resist either. You got Cole, got a little Colossal over there, but it's not Dex. Even a bulldozer will hurt you. So little mud slap, little mud shot, bro.
Little mud shot. Don't get me. God. Um, I think this
Little water
draft.
gun.
Yeah, I think this draft out of all drafts, I may consider changing Ferrothorn to someone that is at least a grass type that is not neutral to ground, because that is definitely
Or just flat out pick something off the ground.
that
There are
too.
plenty of levitate and flying mines.
Yeah, you do not have a single flying mon either that gives you a ground switch in.
Ferrothorn kind of saving him on the flying type though, when the flying weakness. Because if he just picks a grass, then that's like even more flame weakness. But I don't know. I guess you don't need like I guess you wanted the ground and poison and Skuntank, but I don't think you need two darks really. It's not bad, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like there could be some ideas. We're not definitely trying to say that these is the only thing that needs to happen, but uh, it definitely looks like you can get steamrolled by a fat earthquake user, and you don't have any really solid switch-ins for it.
You got some threats after though. Like if something died, just bringing that Darm, bringing that Dragapult, that Greninja, but I think he's gonna be on the back end a little bit unless he gets those webs up. I don't think most earthquake users care about webs. To be honest.
Yeah, I don't.
They're already slow.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna go in and just see how many things they can take down with their earthquake and call that a win.
Yeah, and then the removal is not very good either. So I guess but Cole is luckily Cole is freaking Terra, so you might get it. You only need like a guaranteed. How many times do people remove in battles? Like twice max.
Yeah,
Man, yeah, as long as you get like at least one, it's I won't say it's good because the other one is the other Mind Week, the Earthquake. What is it? Skuntank. Yeah, we'll see. You don't have a single. Do you have no status moves on here? No, yes you do. Will-O-Wisp. Am I tripping? Everything is toxic back. Okay, yeah, and Thunderbolt. Okay, never mind. I'm tripping.
okay, okay, okay. Well, moving on to the Boston Blood Moons, aka the winner of last season. He is back.
Oh,
Right? Did I say that right? Wasn't
I
it
don't
him?
know.
Wasn't it him?
I don't. I don't know.
I think it was him. I think it was him. I think it was him, but maybe I'm bluffing now. Maybe I just fucking pulled that out of my ass. Either way, he grabbed the infamous Celesteela. This guy's gonna go freaking hard. That's all I know. I'm gonna fucking see. Speed tiers don't look atrocious, and everyone up there, again, kind of just has some cool, like they can. You give them specs, or they just be the Volt turn, U-turn annoyances because they're so fast, no one can touch them. And honestly, the other ones that are like Blacephalon is definitely going to be a really scary threat if used right in this league. Some of these net decks Pokemon coming back were just honestly, I'm kind of scared. This whole team right here is looking pretty good with the Celesteela, Sandaconda. I love it, honestly. I love this draft.
I don't.
You
And I'll tell you why. First of all, Big W, Mega Diancie, my favorite Mega. All right, I love her. You paired her with Celesteela, that's crazy. That's an absolute win. All right, but then you got y'all gonna stop. Okay, look, I'm one of the people that don't go too deep on removal, but when you don't have it and I see it and I'm your opponent, I'm going to abuse it, bro. You got Cyclizar wants to do too much stuff, and one of them is not really spinning. You got him to spin. He lures in the ghost. You know you can knock off a ghost. Pretty cool. But you're not really beating him though. It's like, and then you got defog. What was the defog again? Masquerain. Yeah, bro. I'm like, you want to defog on Masquerain or you want to quiver dance on the Terra Masquerain? It's like a opportunity cost, I guess. What you want to say? You could be shed tailing instead of that. So I'm just gonna see it as you have no removal. Like even Diancie has a magic bounce, but if I look at the draft, I just drafted Stella Filler, so I don't really know the full capabilities. I'm gonna test it myself right alongside you. But the team itself seems like nothing wants to. Everything wants to come in for free and not get hit, just so they can pull something off. The Cephalon don't want to get hit; it wants to hit. Mega Diancie, it'll die to Metal Claw, bro. Hisuian Electro don't want to get hit. Cyclizar don't want to get hit because it wants to shed. So Mayan Shao don't want to get hit. Sandaconda don't care. Celesteela kinda don't care. But if you get knocked, that's gonna kind of slow down the stall if that's what you're going with. And region, I don't know. Everything just don't want to get hit, bro. And you just have no removal, so I don't know how it's gonna go. You're gonna get chipped down.
And you are kind of
Yeah.
right. Like the biggest thing is like the removers are at a like a cost, like a opportunity cost of, well, do you want to go Terra Masquerade, Quiver Dance, this, and this? Well, then you're probably not going to have the move slot for Defog. Cyclizar usually can fit Rapid Spin. His is only like Shed Tail, Rapid Spin, Draco, and Temper Flare. So I mean, he has more.
Yeah, clearly every mon doesn't want to get hit, but I'm talking about everything on here. If you just think about how you would use these mons in battle, how they just I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know how to explain it.
It seems
I guess you can use it a lot.
it seems frail on on certain mons, but then like the glue mons aren't really sure on how you're maybe gonna glue it all together,
Yeah, like you're constantly getting chipped.
and you don't have real promised recovery on Celesteela or DNC. If you do make them more like defensive pivots for like those situations where you just kind of need to have like a knockoff answer or this or that, well, you draining kiss is only DNC's only recovery option, I think.
I mean, in that deck, you got Toxic is popular. This team shits on that, so you don't got to worry about. I don't think you have to worry about Toxic or Toxic spikes or anything like that. But
Yeah, this team at
not,
least covers the toxic spikes. Like it won't worry about toxic spikes for sure.
you know, really like ice moves. Or, I don't know. I won't go too deep on it, but I think the hazard game is a bit weak. Well, not setting them, but you know, removing them on a team that doesn't like to be pinged for damage.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Yes. Moving on to the Miami Dolphins with Cooley Live. Hope I pronounced that right. You can kick it off with this one.
I forgot the original team. He had asked me for a little bit of help on Monster Sub out,
Dude,
and we had came up.
I asked him, or like I was like asking for the picks or whatever, and he had to freaking say that he was picking Alamola and he was picking before me. So that was one of my other mons that I really freaking wanted. Just sniped right before my hands.
Yeah, we wound up subbing out all. We used all free agents. The first team was can't remember. I don't think it was horrible, but it was jank. And they wanted to guarantee. They said they really wanted to keep Alecki. Who was it? Alecki, Lando, and Low Kicks. So I'm like, okay, we can work with this. And nobody in juniors picked either Mega Lottie or Mega Galley. Let me double check. I'm like, y'all was
You
tripping.
couldn't have just dropped Mola for me as a bro. Jeez.
He didn't want to drop more. I think.
Oh,
I don't know.
I thought you said he was okay with dropping it. I'm like,
I'm not sure. You wouldn't have picked it up. That's too expensive at that point.
I would have fit it right back in my draft.
Oh my god.
Don't
But
tempt me.
I don't know what can I say. He wants a team where he can't really get caught with his pants down, but he can catch you with your pants down. And I think this is a good one for that. I think Melmetal and Megaladios pair very well together. And Talonflame with Terra Flying Terra Blast, so you don't get chipped by Brave Birds or Rocky Helmets. I think that's a good one. You just keep doing the Gale Wing. You can even do some Flame Body defensively.
Talonflame with Terra Blast will be a fucking threat.
Yeah, and this one has one of those 2-point Terra Captains with an immunity, Sap Sipper. So I think that's some value there. Plus, it also has Searing Great. Yo, y'all gonna sleep on Salisbury can do some shit. All right.
A water Terra Sawsbuck, and then you can just pivot to Lando every time an electric type comes in. Perfect.
Okay, yeah, that's true too. But I think he didn't have a fairy before. We got all creamy. Creamy in the Gen 8 thing, it wasn't as good, I think. And I think they slept on it a little bit because now it gets the recovery moves back and it gets mystical fire back. So I think it can actually
Yeah, that's a
be a
little bit
real,
more.
yeah, real good story for that value.
Yeah, that's definitely for sure.
A lot of fairies have mystical fire back. I gotta watch out for that. I think he likes Nihilego. Yeah, I think it turned around because before it didn't really have much on the special attack side either. So I think this worked out pretty well. Anything you got to say about it?
As you said, it's like again back to that the immunity with the low Terra. I am questioning Alcremie, but with the move pool it got back, maybe it got slept on with the points, and maybe it should have even been pushed up on the points because uh, that I think it actually was really Spadef. It was really Spadef heavy. Like it's not really shit on the stats. So I think this is another one of those drafts that there's not really a useless mon, and you may have to expect potentially all of them coming in some way, shape, or form. If like the pairs, this, that, like every like there could be a combination of all of them that can come for any matchup. It seems. So it, as you said, it's like he can definitely catch people with their pants off if you're not prepared. He will definitely this draft will definitely walk on the sleepers.
There were some things that needed to be sacrificed. Uh, no matter what draft I could come up with for the like budget and stuff, the it was either like have a lot of removal and no speed or like I don't know. It was tough. I can't remember it completely, but you had to keep on compromising on stuff. And then this one, like the only hazard setters are Nihiligo and Lando. Admittedly, I think they covered for each other pretty good, except for water types. But as you can see, he's got plenty of ways to deal with water types. But I don't think either of those don't like running hazards. So I mean, they can definitely fit it. So that's about it, though.
A very well-rounded team, I say myself. Okay, moving on to Orlando Oricorio with Einsam. I remember pronouncing it right. Off the bat, uh, I actually it again only like Clodsire and Rabska are like the very slow end mons, but again, like they have a lot of value that they bring, so the speed is kind of okay because other than that, the slowest mon is Slurpuff at 72, but that's also an unburdened mon, so I can't really call that freaking slow. And so they have very good scarfing options. Uh, Quavaquail with Rapid Spin and Aqua Step also for the speed boost. Like this team is not slow in the least freaking bit. Maybe it's lacking in some like like in the attack department, because I think it definitely has the special attack prowess. But maybe my only cinch is the attack side, and the fact that you only have one knockoff person. But I think I don't even. I think having a little bit that be it. I think just one knockoff is a little bit of a weird thing.
But Pablo doesn't really run that too often, I think, either.
Nope.
Um, so this team, um, you have a team that's not only you don't have a dark type, but also you are weak to psychic types. I feel your only resistance Ravska. That's not gonna work. I like Ravska,
I like
but
Ravska.
anybody out here trying to do some what is it, store power junk, and I don't think you have much on the. You have two taunters, Megalopolis Encore. Yes, I mean, there's ways you can deal with it, but I don't know if you want to dedicate mines to that every week. It's better to just have a dark type to have it. I don't know if Slurpuff doesn't get Terra Blast. Does it get a dark move?
I don't think so.
Let me feel. Basically, I'm saying you're gonna have trouble with psychic. So, Slurpuff. You're also gonna have trouble with flying type. Slurpuff, Delphine. It gets Thief. I guess that's okay with +6 belly drum, but uh, yep. So no dark, no flying resist really. Circuitry is there, but circuitry is slow and frail. 173 attack is crazy, but yeah, I guess you can scarf it. I don't know.
Yeah,
Uh,
Slurpuff does not have good moves, or not the move that you were saying asking for.
you got some cool removal over there. Luckily, one of your hazard removers can knock though for those ghost switch ins that you don't. You also don't really have switch ins too. I don't think you're gonna want to switch Megalopony into a ghost. A lot of them like to run T Wave and Will-O-Wisp and all this other extra junk. Um, that's crazy. No, you're gonna have trouble with psychics, ghosts, and flying types.
Just lay it down.
And at the same time, your bulk is Rapska and Clodsire. And that is all I'm saying.
Megalopoly has some of the highest defensive stats out of the whole draft. And it's the Mega. Like, it's not really defensive at all.
Survive some priority. But that mine's more like a cleaner.
It is more of a cleaner. You're never gonna put like you're never gonna invest defense or Spadef into Lopunny, but like it's just weird that you're sitting on 94 defense and 96 Spadef on Mega Lopunny, and that's almost one of the highest defense ratings you have in your whole draft.
You did bring up something good about the draft. Not only having one knock user, and I guess trick with Robska is Shaman. Not I drafted Shaman, and that was the time I won the season with it. But that was because it was Terra. I think a big part of that was because it's Terra. When you don't have a Terra Shaman, and every week you just fight the same goddamn covert cloak, flying electric, flying steel type, bro, it's so annoying, and you don't have anything to knock off a covert cloak. Megalopony's about to be taking all the helmet chip. Like I don't know.
You
I think
you definitely had the knockoffers to scout the covert cloaks to let Shaman even not. I think that's more of it. Like everyone was bringing covert cloak against Shaman. I'm not dissing Shaman. Shaman is a very scary mon, but it feels like just one of those mons that gets instantly shut down with a single item.
I mean, that's only for me. That's only in my case. That was only air slash, bro. I had Terra Shaman, bro. I I get that power anyway, and then I mean that's Seed Flare too, but I didn't even run Seed Flare. I don't like missing. I ran like Swords Dance and shit. It's
Yeah,
fun when you got Terra, bro.
that
And most
is.
times, Shaman's best set is going to be Sub Seed and be annoying, but you don't have anything for any items really. I don't know. I mean, that's all I got to say about it. You got sticky webs, pretty cool. Speed controls there, bro.
Yeah, I think
I think if I would change your draft, I would pick up another Steel type and a Dark type because you need a Flying and Psychic resist, and you need a Ghost and Psychic. What am I saying? Ghost, Psychic, Flying resist, or just Terror into those. I don't know.
yeah, it's like I don't want to say get rid of Quack because it's one of the solid removers, but at the same time,
You
you definitely don't need two fighting types.
don't need two grass types either.
Yeah, I feel like I can make an argument for two grass types, but I can't make the same argument for two fighting types. Like I don't see it at all. The need at least for two fighting types. I could see a need for two grass types.
I don't. Not when you got Shaman. I mean, he got Spin, so there's
Okay.
that. I mean, Bramble is probably like the fighting switching. She got. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see on that one, Einstein. We'll see. All right, moving on to the OKC Thunderous. Oh, fuck, Octava. You know what? Whatever. You know what this is. You know who I'm talking about, man. I'm gonna have an aneurysm saying names sometimes. Octavops.
Otaviops.
Yeah, that
I
dude.
don't.
Fuck.
I think it's a different name on Discord too.
I think
That's
so
funny.
too. It is the Terra Linoon Comfey, which is I was gonna get Comfey for the Terra because that is a1 uh a1 bomb.
Pretty scary. Pretty scary.
Just Terra Comfey in itself is really scary, and in the fact that you have decent other item like removal, hazard removal, and you have item removal up the fucking wazoo, which is like amazing. Uh, the only thing I have to say is I think your fastest mon is Tornadus T, which is like a little bit of an issue, which just means he's going to be kind of locked into a lot of scarf positions just because Nat Dex is naturally faster. But other than that, like I can't. You have a lot of priority and the Quark drive, so I'm not like you're not necessarily slow. You're kind of locked into specific items for matchups.
Bro. Um. I know some of the singers were saying Comfy's a really strong captain, but the Terra's only really good in most cases for offensive Comfy. So you're like taken out of the defense. I don't think it's bad at all. I think I like Terra Comfy. Linoon. I think Sean has Linoon too. It can
Yeah,
be threatening, but it's frail. Both of those. uh, I mean, they're Terra captains. I don't know. I don't know what to say about them. I guess they're cool. I mean, if you don't prep for them, you fucked.
yeah. Like
That's all I
if
say.
you don't have a promised answer for any fucking Comfey combination, like he's gonna.
Or Linoon. Or Linoon. You might just be fucked, bro. Iron Crown is solid too, bro. You do have two. I guess two fairies, not bad. Can you get in Valiant pretty good? I think that you can.
Bolt
Um,
switch. You
sure.
have some decent. Uh,
Taylor is good for Valiant. You keep chipping them, chipping them, chipping them, chipping them, chipping them.
no, but I'm saying you have Memento, Teleport, U-turn, and Volt switch from Iron Crown. Comfey and Teleport from Slowbro and Memento from Tinglu if you ever want to use Memento. But you definitely have a decent amount of options to bring in Iron Valiant safely.
Mega Bro. We're not gonna skip Mega Bro, alright. Sleeper. We never draft nobody ever drafts Mega Bro. I like to see it.
I was gonna draft him if I wasn't top of the list.
Mega Bro is dope. Alright. It's immune to yeah, I mean it's not immune to knockoff, but knockoff doesn't get the boost. So at least you're a little safe there.
And he's immune to crits, so you can't be preying on the crits with him.
That's if you tear. You can even just choose to regenerate a couple times if you want.
Yeah, that too. This definitely is not it's definitely not one of those sleeper drafts. Like this is like I feel like another one of those drafts that maybe Avalok Hisui is like kind of one of the issues, but again, there's a lot of other removal options as well, and he is very free to hit defog because he's not really bringing any terrains or anything like that. So
You're not really weak to anything in particular either.
it's just that the draft is maybe a little slow, but
Yep.
I don't think if he can work that difference off in his matchups, he can still be a very threatening draft, hands down.
Gotta be eating versus that Coco team. I'll tell you that.
He's gonna get
That Clark guy about to turn up.
yeah, that might be an interesting matchup with the Quark drives.
Let's see here. I don't. Okay, I won't say nothing about the physical side because Avalug and Ting Lu have high base attack, but they don't really invest into it like almost ever. So you got Valiant, but Valiant likes to run either mixed or I mean I guess Valiant does what it wants, bro. But it's basically like your only physical mind on this team, besides besides like noon after a belly drum.
I kind of slept on Iron Valiant in the beginning of my draft last season when I drafted it because only near the end was I realizing like the actual power of the mixed attacker because a stab close combat literally can go a long way. I'll just say that right now.
So yeah, physical offense and speed kind of lacking, but I don't think it's that bad after that. So.
No, he has the priority also to make up for it, so I know that the speed may not be the worst thing in the world.
It's one of those things where you got like limited rockers, but those mons that do have rocks are like that's what they do. So I guess it's not bad. I guess what those mons do. So.
You just got really muffled really quick.
I moved away. I was saying that the rockers that he does have are like known for like that's what they do. So I don't think he's like hurting. Doesn't have a lot, but he's got what he's got, and it's gonna work. So
I like it. So moving on, the North York Yampers, coached by none other than our boy Iceman, the Mawile Mega, the Landorus, and the Rotom Wash. I don't know. I don't know if this team is like all well put together in like the terms of like having it doesn't have rapid spin, which is like I kind of like having one of each, but it has options for removal. That's definitely not an issue. I don't know. I like the Pokemon. I don't know how well they work together, but I like specific Pokemon. Like I love Umbreon, I love Breloom, and I very much love Landorus. I don't know how well they work together though.
with him, yeah, he's got defoggers only really, and his rockers are on his primary physical attacker and primary special attacker. They have the rocks, and then he's got a sticky web. That's cool. I think that those two together though, Mawile and Landers like pair really well together. and he's got the option for a Trick Room. He's got the option for Wells with Dottler. So either one of those, Dottler can get off for sure. Let's see here. Terra Breloom. I know that puts in work. 4 is legal. So you get Spore. You know, Landers has Rock Polish and Nasty Plot. I think Alakazam. His speed tiers are good. I know a lot of us have something up there with the 140 and shit, but that's because we got Megas or Zero Aura, Quirk Drive, and all that stuff. But I think his speed tiers for like a normal draft are good.
It's
He's got he's got reliable answers for stuff like Dirge and Umbreon to fall back on. Rotom Wash. I think his defense is pretty good. Tauros. I think he's got a draft that can handle most things, and he just has to play it right.
the Umbreon Skeletor Rotom Wash is a pretty good like triple like backbone to sit on. Like each of them pretty well complements each other's weaknesses, and they each can, especially in that decks where Will-O-Wisp, Toxic, all of these come back, and Umbreon can literally stall the crap out of Pokemon with Toxic with ease.
Yeah, Toxic gonna be a bitch, but I think he got it. He got Heal Bell, so that's good. Heal Bell and Wish.
I used to love Umbreon myself because I would always switch Umbreon in if I'm expecting status because the synchronize, and then I would just heal Bell, and I'm like, okay, I'm chilling.
Make it Toxic everything else, bro.
That that too.
Um, yeah, I would say that the options for Stuff Rocks are not very what do you call it? Not desired, but like not optimal. But I mean, I gave other people shit for it. I got to give you shit for it. The rockers are not what you want to put rocks on, but the team looks okay.
Yeah,
People will have to respect the Dottler for the webs in the trick room. Pretty good.
I I definitely agree. In those things, as you say, definitely that uh the rock polish, nasty plot, and now I'm even scared to run psychic terrain against this one because Alakazam can bring items against me with Mega Alakazam that's just locked into my Mega Stone. So I don't know. There's definitely a lot of stuff that he can do here.
I think the biggest advantage of this team is that he can function without webs, but also with all those like 70, 65 mons that usually have priority or like build bulky and just ramp up. I think Trick Room might actually be pretty good, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely see.
Got that priority for sure.
All right.
Is that all of it?
No, we have. I can count it right now. We have a couple. We just have three more. So honestly, we're flying. We're flying through. We got Kibo, the Starshine Squad, up next. We got 14 teams. I guess I can tell you that way too.
Oh, it's another EQ thing. Oh wait, he's got flyers. Never mind. Got a mega arrow right there. I was about to say, what's up with that? What's up with the EQ?
Yeah, it's like I could say that he's ground weak, but he does have switch-ins. But I don't know if I could say that Mega Aerodactyl is the perfect switch-in for a ground type because a ground type would resist most rock is gonna resist most rock moves. I'm pretty sure.
Iron Leaf's chunky, bro. And with Terra is crazy.
Who's the
It
other
doesn't have,
one?
it doesn't have the terrain, but the Terra is still crazy on Iron
Oh
Leaf.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
You're definitely yeah.
What,
Iron Leaves.
I don't know if you want to lose the grass type though, bro. It's kind of rough out here.
Well, you
If
could
you-
tear her into a flying type. Well, I
True.
guess that's just me being like, yeah, just saying ideas there.
No, that's true. Because if I look at the team, he could bring Palafin and Mega Arrow and leaves every game, and you only got 3 miles weak to Earthquake. Oh no, Pago's right there. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe we're just looking at it as if the whole team. Oh my god, the EQ weakness is there, bro.
It does. It does look EQ scary, but like you
My
either
memory
tear
card, bro.
you either tear a Turtonator to a grass type, I guess. But even a grass type, no, I guess that works. But again, like I'm not necessarily like that scared because Raikou gets skulled. He's fast. This seems very fast. Like it has very fast presence, so Palafin can come in and at least have an answer with Jet Punch and stuff, like in those instances. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of coming up with here for ground types.
Bro. But, um, I would like to see. Let me see if you got it. No, you don't have any knockoff whatsoever, and you don't have something like uh, what do you call it, Heal Bell, which you really don't need. But I was thinking about Terrapagos. A lot of stuff in not that that's toxic. But your removal. You got the best remover in the game. You got some
Terrapagos.
removers, some walkers. You got one rooster, one recovery. You have like no. I won't say no pivoting. I mean momentum moves. I won't say you have none.
You have very limited options.
You have no knockoff. That's crazy.
Dude, he doesn't have his. I mean, like, there was the other team that had one.
Yeah, but I've never seen none. You got 10 mines. None of them got none of them got knockoff. That's crazy. I've never seen it.
It's like one of those things that, like, because his dark type.
Oh,
Who's his dark
oh,
type?
dark,
Who's his dark
dark top.
type? Does he have a dark type? No, he doesn't have a dark. He doesn't
Go
have a dark type.
again. Your steel type is fucking Dougie. Oh no. Oh, you got Zama. Never mind. But still, bro, Zama doesn't resist psychic moves.
Oof. But like
I guess, but
the team
I
is
guess with this
bulky.
much speed, though, I don't know who gonna be able to pull off a stored power set. So there's that. A lot of speed, bro.
I I'm I don't know. I am there with you, kind of perplexed that there's no knockoff.
The reason that's important, 'cause, knockoff just a good move, but the real reason that's important is nobody has to worry about items being lost. So you're gonna get again the fucking AVs, the Rocky helmets, bro, all of that shit. People can
And
just run because
you're
they
just
want.
gonna sit there and eat all the chip damage because you don't have a single person that can remove an item.
Rocky
That
helmet is bad for Palafin, bro. That's bad.
yeah, he hates Rocky Helmet. Honestly, so does a lot of these Pokemon.
Oh yeah, Pagos, bro.
But we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Moving on to a fan favorite. I love the man, but he's bigger than that. It is Entertainment of the Syracuse Sylveons and Megalus. if I do might add. He went
No,
bold, really just because
he
he didn't have
bamboozled me so many times.
just because he didn't really have the points, I'm guessing. But the team still
Yeah.
looks pretty scary. I'll let you take it off at the start here.
I was so sure he would get T-Tar or Hip Hop done. As soon as I saw the drill, Rillaboom, Halucha, most of the time all that is like on a T-Tar team, right? He never got the sand strength. It's not like he needs it, but drill without sand is like, you know, why did you put it on the Rillaboom team when you're gonna hurt Earthquake? Uh, we got high hopes, but that
You,
can miss as people too. So,
it
but
does hurt
go ahead.
Earthquake.
Yeah, I mean, you got high horsepower. It's only 5 base power weaker, but it can miss. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Kieran Black, did you get the removal he needs? Yes, you do. Oh, you got hella removal.
Blaziken
Yeah, like
needs defog in this fucking Nat Dex. What the fuck?
wait, is he gonna use removal on these?
He can definitely use removal on Honchkrow, Rapid Spin on Escadrille, and maybe even Defog. Like, he will definitely throw Defog if need be on Halucha or Rabombi as, like, a.
I mean, he has it. If he wants to use it, then he use it. But yeah, I'm seeing a lot of stuff like Excadrill is also. Man, I'm seeing a lot of stuff where he's got to choose to be offensive or defensive with these options for defog and hazard setting. It's like choose one.
But
But
it's a
I
lot.
guess he'll
It's a lot of options. It's not like he's locked into an option.
yeah. He definitely gave himself a whole bunch of choices.
I guess the only worrisome
I'm
thing in Nat Dex, I think the only worrisome thing in Nat Dex is that Rabombi is your fastest Pokemon. But I know Dan well enough that he knows it. Like, he knew this. Like, he wasn't like I'm pretty sure he's prepping for that.
I think he might still want to swap because you still got Speed Boost Blaziken, which is base 80, so that outspeeds. I know it doesn't outspeed Mega Zam, but it does outspeed Dragapult after +1.
But see, like, that's where it's like, where are we trying to outspeed base 142, 150? Because, like, that number gets the number sways.
Unburdened Luca. I think Dragon Dance is banned on Kieran Black. Priority and nerfed Grassy Glide, Trick Room, Shell Smash. I mean, he's got stuff, but it's a lot of options he's going to be using out here, bro. Also got a little bit of a flying, little bit of a flying weakness, little bit. Oh yeah, a little bit of a rock weakness too.
Wouldn't, but, like, even you've made the comment of, like, a rock weakness and a flying weakness. If those are your two, like, if we're gonna call weakness holes, it's not even like the biggest thing in the whole world because those moves tend to be the most inaccurate. Yes, Nat Dex kind of opens it up, and Terra is always an option. They're just I guess personally I don't see flying and rock as all that scary of moves.
With rock though, I meant like stuff right. but but yeah, uh, I don't know. I wish he would have got sand with it. I know he's got Unburden and speed boost, but it's like everything is not really immediate.
It definitely looked like he was gonna go for his a Sandstream team with someone with it, but I guess yeah. The last Pokemon it was a lot to fill.
That said, it is a lot of stuff to prepare for, and that might be annoying.
Kieran Black is always hard to prep for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not just him. Like, just webs are just annoying to just see on another person's team. So is Shell Smash and Speed Boost and thinking about an extra drill with a +1 rapid spin. You know, he had a lot of stuff that's annoying to prep for. But yeah, we'll see. The physical offense is crazy. I'll say.
That no, the physical offense is definitely for sure off the charts. Maybe you're right that like maybe he can change the higher speed tiers with someone that has a little bit more special attack prowess on the table, sort of thing. Can't say that Gengar is actually like bad in that department. Shadow Ball always pops off at 130 special attack, but I mean, it just doesn't. You're not gonna go Kieran Black special when your attack is 170, and then your next special attacker is, well, special attack quote as I'm saying, like Blaziken at 110, but again, he's more of a physical attacker.
Run it because I know Kieran Black's like that Earth Power.
Exactly.
Might do it. I don't know.
And with that, we have our last, definitely not least, we have our Greenwich Glaceons, coached none other than Unit 97.
Holy shit! Look at those speed tiers, bro.
Again,
Oh,
uh, I don't know if I can say that I necessarily hate it, just because again everyone's fucking fast, and the slow Pokemon is only, we're saying slow, but it's only 50, and it's Donphan, Registeel, and Electros. But each of those Pokemon has either a good ability, a good ass fucking like defensive stats, or priority and like decent like like each of those mons in their own rights are all very fucking usable. So I don't see this draft, like I see this draft like going off in a weird way, but at the same time I see it struggling, be also just because of the speed tiers all grouped up between 119 and 100. So any Pokemon like my Nidoking, for example, my Nidoking can go modest because I'm not giving a shit about Donphan.
you know what you can do also if you want to like give it some slack. You could for like Zapdos and Tentacruel, you can count that as base 80 speed mons since they mostly go bulky, but
You're right. Yeah, yeah, you're right. They usually don't speed invest into Tentacruel and Zapdos, but it
you
does a
can.
lot. It doesn't really add much to the argument because they're both still 100. So then they're both gonna drop down to 80. So it's not like you're still trapping yourself at 80.
Man, that's some funny speed. Other than that though, what we got here? I don't see any major typing weaknesses.
You got the knockoff. You got the freaking removers. Like you're definitely not. You're definitely gonna, like, I'm just not gonna bring items into some of these teams that have knockoffs on like every fucking Pokemon, because like why? What's the point if everyone has knockoff?
Uh, it's not like he wants to be knocked off either though. I mean, I guess he could. I mean, I guess he don't care. This team, I don't know.
Roaring Moon, I mean, depending on the item, you just go the booster energy for like the breaker, and then you don't care about knockoffs anymore. GU,
Ogre don't care. Chiyu might care.
GU might care. Ogerpon doesn't care. Zapdos doesn't care. Tentacruel doesn't care. Fez doesn't care. Donphan doesn't care. Registeel definitely doesn't fucking care. Maybe Electros cares.
Electros don't.
Yeah, Electros don't care. So
Yeah,
none of these mons care.
bro. It's like nobody really cares
No
that
one
much about.
cares. Electros. Yeah, you're right about that. But it's not a useless mon either. Like I have to respect the Electros. It's not a slept on pick. It will, specifically in Nat decks when its move pool grows by like a Trojan horse on those pills. Like I am afraid of some of these move pools that move from like region specific to Nat decks because they go crazy.
Yeah, I think it's whatever. I think both Terra Cap being able to come because you at least have that ground immunity for sure. But Zap kind of already did that with Electros. So I don't really know what Electros really brings
Other than
besides Terra
Levitate.
that Zapdos already doesn't bring because the best thing you give Terra for an electric type is like water move, ice move, or was it grass? And I don't think Electros gets Terra Blast. So that means in his main kit he has Aquatail. You can go Terra Water and boost that Grass Knot, Bigger Drain. I mean, you got it. I guess it'll work. No ice move, man.
Is it weird
Oh
to
yeah, oh, it does have Terra Blast. Oh, it's cool. I don't remember fucking Electros and Scarlet and Violet.
but is it weird that like as you just said it's like he has it's like both Zapdos and Electros? That's like a double whammy. Like why do you need both? It's basically the same Pokemon twice.
I think it's fine now because it gets the Terra Blast, so I think it's okay. Because you know how annoying Terra Lati. This ain't a Terra Latios, first of all, but you know how annoying that was just because it had Levitate. So giving it like Terra Steel and that shit was like super dumb annoying to deal with.
I guess that's fair. But then like another thing to point out that's interesting is the Tentacruel and Pheasantipity. I wouldn't necessarily double up on poison types, and I wouldn't double up on poison types that are both special walls.
That and Rita EQ. I mean, actually, of course, Rita EQ, but I'm talking about like physical ground stuff. I don't know. Yeah, that is. They do like the same thing, I guess.
I don't necessarily think that they do the same thing. I just think that they fill similar roles, and you're
Like,
double.
one rapid spins and scalds, the other one poisons.
But it's like you're. It, I feel like either switch Fez or switch Tentacruel to like a just a little bit, maybe another Pokemon that just has a little bit more physical bulk or something, because it feels up like another like double, not like necessarily double up on mons, but like a double up on rolls with how bulky they are.
I would rather he gave up Pheasantipity because just keeping Spin and T Spikes on the team and being able to compress rolls. And Tentacruel in this league has shown to be one of those sleeper VIP mons that's just annoying as fuck in the match. Um, how much was Pheasantipity? It
9.
was yeah,
9 points.
you can definitely find us up with that. But, yeah, oh, bro. What you thinking about it? What you thinking about?
I am, like I said, it's like I guess that it's like you're right. Like it's not that they're all the same. It seems like they all kind of serve similar, but I'm not necessarily hating on it just because some of them very much excel at what they do. Like you can, depending on if you only can, if you don't need all the speed investment for Roaring Moon, and you can put all of that into attack. If you can just get off one Dragon Dance, then boom, you're already you're doing a lot of freaking damage with knockoff. Same thing with Aerodactyl. It's only 105, but like the moves and everything like that, like I'm not it's still a very scary mon to deal with. And same with Ogerpon, Wellspring, and as you said, same with Tentacruel. It's like one of those sleeper mons. So like this draft all in all seems well put together. It just might be a little frail on the defensive side, but Registeel can definitely, I hope Registeel and Donphan can keep it up.
Well, I was looking at the special offense, and it's only like really Chiyu and Zapdos. I know Electros can, but then I was looking at like the physical offense. So that I think I know why the Mega Arrow, well, not the Mega Arrow, the regular Arrow, but he gonna use that Brave Bird Rockhead Terra Flying, bro. Hold on,
Yeah,
might be cooked.
exactly. Like this isn't Mega. This is not Mega Aerodactyl. It's just Terra Aerodactyl. So that means he has access to a lot more. A lot more.
You can still not get head smash. What does he get with recoil, bro? Hold up. This might be important.
Does he get? He gets Rockhead, and he gets Double Edge. No, he doesn't get Head Smash.
Fuck is that? Well, wait a minute. Where's Brave Bird?
Damn, and he doesn't get Brave Bird either. Oh my god.
Oh,
What the fuck is this flying Pokemon?
well, I guess he doesn't need that. So,
I guess you're not
I
going
don't know.
Rockhead.
Yeah, I guess you're not going Rockhead, bro. Unless you do that double edge, bro. That Terranormal double edge.
That
That's
can work.
crazy.
That can work, but yeah, that is crazy. This Mon's move pool, I did not exactly expect this.
Motherfucker deserves head smash and Brave Bird. That's crazy.
This deserves Brave Bird. Yeah, I need a petition. Give Aerodactyl Brave Bird pronto.
Yeah, speed's weird. Special attack is kind of lacking besides Chew. I don't know. I know Zapdos likes to. Maybe you can run offensive Zap and bring Electros just for that defensive guy off the ground, or vice versa. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he maybe he goes and picks up a Mega if he figures out his points, because he also kind of went. He didn't go necessarily very top heavy, but he didn't really. Uh, it seemed like kind of an even disbursement going down to the bottom. So maybe he can fit in a Mega, maybe.
All right, I guess that wraps up everybody. What's your favorite team?
My favorite team is definitely.
Ooh, tough choices.
I know that was like a tough question that you just freaking said. I think my favorite team has to be, honestly, fuck. Either the Terra Comfey for Octaviops, because that's pretty scary, or Guiltine with Tapu Fini, Chen Pao, and Gliscor as a triple threat. That is also really scary. Or fucking Cool Eli with Mega Latios and Terra Talonflame and Sawsbuck.
Oh, you got a top three of your favorite, huh?
Like I some of these teams are just so good, and I just like less on how less on.
I think
Yeah, that's it.
I think one of my favorites is Twisted, even though he has no fucking rocker, bro. It's just so funny that he grabbed all the speed. It's he's like all the goddamn speed in the draft, bro. Um, let's see here. I do like yours. I do like Guiltons. I do like Pokemon dude. Pokemon dude. I can't pick the ones that I help with, bro. I
Yeah, you
can't
can't
do it.
pick the ones that you help with. That's cheating.
Um, hmm. Ooh. Yeah, after pointing out the flaws, bro. Hold up. It's kind of rough. Oh, damn. I don't know, bro. I think my favorite is gonna be Twisted. Just because it's funny.
He literally just said, "Screw y'all. I'm getting the fastest electric types. None of y'all are gonna get a top tier electric type, and I'm getting them all."
That Iron Fraud too. Let's not forget. You got that fraud. Don't forget that fraud, bro.
Without Terra, I'm really judging. I'm really judging this draft without Terra, with on Iron Fraud. Like Iron Fraud, I feel like needs a Terra, but like people are like, objectively, it's a good mod, and I'm like, objectively, it misses 70% of the fucking shots. So I don't know about that.
The good thing about that is he got a whole Mega Blastoise over there for us. He got that water covered. Also, he got a Terrain Pulse, so it can use electric moves too. Pretty good. Actually, did it have Thunderbolt before?
Not
Blastoise,
Blastoise.
well, Blastoise got that Gen 1. If Lapras can Thunderbolt, Blastoise better Thunderbolt.
Blastoise does not get fucking Thunderbolt. If Blastoise gets Thunderbolt, Nidoking gets Thunderbolt because he's Gen 1, but Blastoise doesn't get it because he's Gen 1. That's like no. He just
And
gets Signal Beam. He just gets Signal Beam. That's all he gets.
he got Terrain Pulse, so he got better Thunderbolt. All right, long as that terrain is up.
As long as
All right. I hope I didn't piss y'all off. All right, just a little feedback.
and
Well,
we didn't want to rank anyone because we were lazy, but that was another story.
tomorrow is Memorial Day, the first day of official matches. No, I think nobody played so far.
Yeah, no one's actually played, so we are kind of starting off like fresh this week with great matches, hopefully, and I'm gonna be anticipatingly maybe me and Free will be doing weekly recaps, but I will at least be doing uh, the write up recaps for you juniors each week, for us juniors each week. I'm a junior as well.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT!
Not me though.
That's you though.
No, not me though. I ain't writing no more. All right, no more.
All right, but that wraps up this thing up now.
Bye guys and gals.